Okay, here's a statistic that really stops you in your tracks. In the US, men die by suicide at a rate 4 times higher than women. 4 times. Yeah. Now, contrast that with this. Men are diagnosed with depression and mood disorders at far lower rates. It's a powerful and deeply unsettling paradox. It immediately makes you ask, what are we missing here? Exactly. What's really going on beneath the surface of those numbers? So, today, we're diving into men's mental health. We've gathered insights from sources like the AMC Priory, the Daily Texan, and notes tied to Men's Mental Health Month. Our mission is to unpack this critical discrepancy, not just saying men don't talk, but exploring the full picture, societal, systemic, individual. Think of this deep dive as your guide to really understand the nuance behind those numbers and what they mean for men's well-being. Let's dig into the why. Men account for 74 to 77% of all suicides in the UK and US. That's huge, yet only about 1 in 8 men report symptoms of depression, compared to 1 in 5 women, and only a small fraction seeks professional help. During the pandemic, men reported less anxiety than women, but showed higher levels of depressive symptoms and suicidal thoughts. So, less day-to-day worry, but deeper distress. Interestingly, in 2020, men actually sought help more, a 5-fold increase. But by 2021, the trend flipped. Fewer men with reported mental illness received care, 40% compared to 52% of women, which raises the big question, what's happening after men take that first step? One source argues this isn't just about individual behavior, it's about how society and healthcare responds to men. There's still immense stigma. Traditional gender roles teach boys that vulnerability equals weakness. And when men are asked why they don't talk, fear of judgment, shame, not wanting to be a burden, those reasons line up. Plus, many just don't have the emotional vocabulary or communication tools. In some cultures, it's simply not something you talk about. Concrete pressures impact mental health. 32% of men list work stress, 31% financial pressure, and 23% health concerns. Then there's precarious manhood. This idea that manhood is something earned, fragile, always under threat. Over 60% of men who died by suicide in Canada and the US had accessed mental health services within the year before. That means they were in the system, but the system wasn't working for them. Men report misdiagnoses, not feeling heard, and even provider bias. Sometimes their symptoms don't match the classic checklist. Anger, substance use, risky behavior. Those can be signs of distress too, but they're often missed. If you are finding value in this information thus far, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel if you are not yet subscribed. This helps the algorithm to get our shows out to others who need this information. Thanks so much. Let's be clear. Signs can include persistent sadness, withdrawal, fatigue, or even physical issues like stomach problems. But for men, also look for substance abuse, irritability, workaholism, sleep issues, or reckless behavior. The silence leads to emotional breakdowns, addiction, and yes, suicide. One survey said 40% of men would only seek help after suicidal thoughts. That's terrifying. And beyond that, unaddressed mental health issues affect jobs, education, relationships, housing, physical health. Now the good news. There are paths forward. Coping strategies like meditation, breathing exercises, and regular walks all help. Also, reduce alcohol. Stay connected socially. Confide in someone you trust. Talk to a GP if symptoms persist. And remember, seeking help isn't weakness. It's taking responsibility for your well-being. On the system side, there's a call for better training, gender-sensitive diagnostic tools, and culturally competent care. Programs like YB Men, Man Therapy, Men in Mind, and Brother You're on My Mind are trying to shift the narrative. Creating safe spaces and allowing for vulnerability in our communities can be a lifeline, reminding others that reaching out isn't just brave, it's necessary. Every time someone in our circle shares their truth, it chips away at stigma and invites healing. So, let's bring this home. This isn't just data. This is personal. It's about real people in your life. If silence and outdated expectations are the problem, how can we build environments where talking is normal? Where asking for help is seen as strength, not weakness? What part of this deep dive resonates most with you? And what action can you take today? And if you need support, you can contact National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 988, mentalhealth.gov, headsupguys.com, movember.com, blackmenheal.org, or themankindproject.org. Remember, in the quiet courage of shared truths, stigma begins to crack and healing finds its way in.